Good morning. It is the Drake Toll Show. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization, Locked On Big 12, and right here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. The Stanley Cup Final has a new leader. The Carolina Hurricanes at home last night, knocking off the Las Vegas Golden Knights in a dominant 4-2 game. That is where we will start today. But do not fret. We will talk the World Cup, soccer. We will talk a weird-ass 21-minute video that Texas Tech released yesterday about their quarterback, Brendan Sorsby. I think at the root of that conversation, by the way, it's whether or not athletes should gamble. How we treat this, is it mental health? Is it not? Like, have we set the precedent now that forever and always, if you are a college football player, if you bet on your team, that you can play? Did we grandfather in everyone who's bet on their team? Did we open Pandora's box? Or is this a one-off where a judge in Texas in Tarrant County said this kid can play? We'll talk Shohei Ohtani, who left the game with injury last night. I mean, he's fine. It's just like knee tightness, knee soreness, and the Dodgers are downplaying the injury. But out of extreme caution, they pull him off the field. And Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, first WNBA teammates with 30-point double-doubles. Where do you want to start? I mean, I told you where we're going to start, and I told you just exactly where we have to start at the Stanley Cup Finals. But you may be missing one story. You may be thinking there's a glaring omission from what you just, from the picture that was just, the menu that was just given of sports on Friday, June 12, the year of our Lord 2026. And you'd be correct. The single greatest NBA Finals game of all. You think I forgot? You think just because I grew up a San Antonio Spurs fan, you think just because I like the Spurs that I'd forget the New York Knicks have a 3-1 lead over Mitch Johnson, the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs, and those guys from Texas last night. I've been here in New Jersey. I've been hanging out on the Jersey Shore, and last night, you could feel it all the way out here, 45 minutes, an hour outside of the city, where it is palpable. The amount of the people, the Knicks fans, the excitement around basketball that this place has not felt in 27 years. The New York fan base likes to be sad. The New York fan base has gotten used to being mad. They have not won a major championship since the New York Football Giants won a Super Bowl. And they won a couple of them. Thank you, Eli Manning. There was the Yankees. They're the Yankees in 2009. There's the Yankees in almost 20 years ago. New York has been in a drought as a sports city, and the Knicks can erase that. And I can feel it from all the way out here. Good morning. It's good to be with you. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Addie Bates produces. Roy Lee runs the board today. And before we get to all of those things, the Stanley Cup Final. The Canes with a 4-2 victory over the Golden Knights last night. And here's the thing to know. This is like you take the stalwart, the star, the goaltender, and you swap him out. In basketball, it's like we decided, hey, Karl Anthony Towns is good, but what if he didn't play tonight? You're like, what do you mean, what if he didn't play? Yeah, what if we threw somebody else out there to play instead of Karl Anthony Towns? You'd think that's kind of weird. Now, Freddie Anderson, who is the goaltender, who has started as the goaltender for majority of the playoffs this year for Carolina, is not Jalen Brunson or Victor Wembanyama. Heck, he might not be Karl Anthony Towns, but he's a name. He's one to know. And he's a guy that Carolina has leaned on. This is the equivalent in the NFL of the Patriots get to the Super Bowl and say, hey, I don't know if we need Stephon Diggs to play. What if somebody else was a bit more fresh? That is what Carolina went with last night. Brandon Bussey has emerged as the starting goaltender for the Carolina Hurricanes in the 2026 Stanley Cup Final. Freddie Anderson, The vet who's been in goal, it just Bussy's thrown in here due to a combination of Anderson struggling and just needing rest. Rob Brindamore is the head coach of the Carolina Hurricanes and was on the team in Carolina in 2006, the last time Carolina won the Stanley Cup. That's the last time they went to the Stanley Cup Finals. And after a stellar playoff run for Freddie Anderson in goal, they struggled against the Golden Knights, allowing 12 goals on 65 shots over the first 3 games. So in game 3, the Canes trailing 4-0, Rob Brindamore said, hey, we're going to replace Anderson with Bussy. In comes Bussy, stops all 18 shots that he faced, helping a team force overtime in a game they had trailed 4-0. And Brindamore came to the podium and was pretty honest. This legend, this Canes legend, the head coach, the star-turned-head coach, saying that Freddie Anderson's not injured. We just met as a staff and said, that guy needs a mental, physical, the quote was break. He just needs a break. Karl Anthony Towns just needs a break. Stefan Castle just needs a break. We need to give Stefan Diggs a break. And then Bussy comes in, steady relief performance, and in that game 3, and earned himself a starting job in the Stanley Cup Finals. And he has been described by his teammates, Brendan Bussy, as his calming presence in net during the high-pressure moments. And he's had a pretty historic Stanley Cup Finals. He's the first goaltender in NHL history to make his first 2 career playoff starts in the Stanley Cup Final and win both of them. In the 4-2 win in Game 5, he was excellent. 23 saves on 25 shots and a glove save on Brett Howden, one of the Vegas forwards, in the third period that protected a lead for Carolina and ultimately helped them double up Las Vegas. And across his 3 appearances now in the final, remember 1 in relief, 2 starts, Bussy has stopped 59 of 65 shots. It's a .908 save percentage. And he has been the stability that's given the Hurricanes a 3-2 lead. That's a fun story here. You're not going to hear, when I play the highlights of last night's Stanley Cup Final, Game 5, you're not going to hear a lot of Bussy. But I need to tell you that story. I need to tell you that context before we get into exactly how this win happened for Carolina. And the win was in doubt. The win wasn't guaranteed. 7 minutes into the contest, here come the Golden Knights, the Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. Packed out, sold out house. I mean, you've got people who grew up in Fayetteville, North Carolina, 17 years old. They've rooted for the Canes their entire life. Here's their moment. Here's their shot to go watch their team tied in the Stanley Cup Final, 2 games to 2 games. And, immediately, Carolina is down by 1. Here on ABC with Sean McDonough is the call. Vegas on top. Dorfiev, man. I was in the house when Vegas had that double overtime game against the Utah Mammoth, a month and a half ago? And it was Dorfiev. That just blew me away. It's like, man, watching him live, he is a serious problem. Eichel, go Dorofiev, go goal, and Knights win. Knights are up. Knights win the first 7 minutes. If you end the game right there, congrats, the Golden Knights. But that's where it would effectively stall out. That's where the questions of Bussy, the young guy, he's been good, but allowed a goal pretty immediately. No need to freak out. Because Jordan Staal, all over again, to rally the Carolina Hurricanes in the middle of the first.
lost your time. Stahl beats McNabb out of the corner. The shot pass from Ehlers. Heads up play from Ehlers. It goes off the pad of Carter Hart. 6 goals in this Stanley Cup final for the captain, Jordan Stahl. This place erupts as the captain has done it again. And we're back.
He's done it again. It's 1-1. You can hear the crowd, the response from Carolina. With the game knotted up at a goal apiece. And then this name, you're going to hear from him later in the show. I thought his postgame wasn't a press conference. It was on the ice postgame on ESPN and live in venue was just top-notch. Andrei Svechnikov, 8:03. We're roughly 12 minutes into the second period, still tied at a goal apiece. And he finds the back of the net on ABC to take a 2-1 lead for Carolina on the power play, and the whole place goes nuts.
Despair. Systems pressures. Svechnikov scores! Andrei Svechnikov! A power play goal! And a 2-1 Carolina lead.
Do you think this feels good for Andrei Svechnikov? A playoff struggle, a quick release through the stick of Colton Sissons, and as it goes through the legs of Lauzon, Carter Hart won't pick it up. Svechnikov moments earlier and whiffed on that one-timer. Not here. What I liked about this, he was going to shoot that puck. You could see from the moment.
I love it. I'm kind of sad that we could be a game away from Carolina winning the Stanley Cup and a game away from losing those moments, losing that sound, the crowd, playoff hockey. I keep telling you, man, I've seen a lot of playoff hockey games now in my adulthood. Growing up in Arkansas, we didn't have it. We didn't understand. It's like, all right, it's hockey. Yeah, it's the thing they do in the North. Boston, Denver, Canada. But I go to college and go to 1 million Dallas Stars games and think, wow, well, hold on. This actually rocks. It's 2-1 Canes in their own building when Sebastian Aho says, that's 2-1's not good enough. 2-1's not good enough. And later in the second period, approaching 2 minutes remaining in the second period, Sebastian Aho says, let's get on the score sheet.
Check won the puck. Missed Svechnikov. Walker down low, and they score! Sebastian Aho, the goal. Beautiful passing by the Canes. And they lead 3-1.
A complete reversal from most of this series. It's the Canes who dominate the second period. What a forecheck from Martina. And as his pass misses Svechnikov, Sean Walker, who's been tremendous in this series. That puck is a one-timer onto the stick of Aho. Look at him take it off his feet. Touched it beautifully. And then straight up over Carter Hart.
The speed with which Carolina operated last night looked as fresh as I've seen them in the Stanley Cup final. And it's odd, too, because the way this series has ebbed and flowed, remember they were down 4-0 a couple games ago and rallied back, not to win, but to tie. And kind of these happy, big moment, demoralizing, sad moment. Happy, big moment, demoralizing, sad moment. And at a 3-2, a 3-2 lead, it wasn't even the Aho goal that did it. The Canes now lead 4-1, middle of the third period, and they score again on the power play. This goal is the sound, the Lenovo Center, the crowd. This is a crowd realizing we are about to go up 3-2 in the Stanley Cup final.
Drop back and takes off with the puck. Aho. It comes back. Ehlers, beautiful pass. and they score! Another power play goal for Svechnikov.
The first goal of the game, Nick Ehlers shot the puck out of the rink, and Vegas scored. Since then, Ehlers has 3 assists. Look at this beauty. The vision, the presence to know where Svechnikov is, and Svechnikov presents his stick for the easy pass, and he dunks this behind Carter Hart. This Carolina power play has 6 goals in the last 4 games. Mitch Marner can only shake his
Again, Svechnikov with a power play. It's 4-1, and here it is. I'm not making it up. It's real. I'm not making it up. It's the final call. Carolina. This one coming from Sportsnet, where it got loud. I love the way they use the crowd volume, even more than ESPN and ABC on Sportsnet. It got loud when Carolina took a 3-2 lead in the Lenovo Center. Just listen to the crowd.
Up ahead for Marner, knocked off his stick. Jack Eichel's got it. Just 30 seconds left now. In it goes. Stone battles for it. Puck loose. Chatfield after it. Along the boards. They can't clear and now do. Steered away by Travis. Time running right. And the Lenovo center fans will tell you how this is going to end. One win away from the Stanley Cup. Brandon Butsy and the Carolina Hurricanes take Game 5.
I've got chills. I have no skin in the game between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Vegas Golden Knights, but I have chills. That crowd, the pop, the rise out of Carolina. Congratulations. You know, I've mentioned a few times that I'm not one to allow my personal rooting proclivities to make their way to the Drake Toll Show. I mean, if the Spurs lose, the Spurs lose. If the Spurs win, the Spurs win. If the Rangers or the Cowboys win or lose, my teams, why would you usually care, right? I mean, you're not rooting for those. There are 32 teams or 30 teams in these various leagues at the professional level. But it is cool in a moment like this to see a win like this for a brand like Carolina. Think about guys, Josh Graham, Westwood One Sports, who was in the house. Got to see his team win 4-2 and take that 1-game lead after a Game 5 victory in the Stanley Cup Finals for the Carolina Hurricanes. When we come back, let's hear from the stars of the game, and let's talk Spurs Knicks. I can't go too much further in this show. I'll start to break out in hives if I don't talk Spurs and Knicks. We'll hear Svechnikov, Sebastian Aho. John Tortorella makes a big promise. The head coach of the Vegas Golden Knights just made a big promise last night. And then, can Victor Wembanyama rally, or are the Spurs dead? This is Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
Freaks me out, and if I need a breather I can hit the parkway. Be home before the bars all close, drink away the lies she told. Think about the days she was a pure-eyed child, a rodeo queen, high school loving in a badass Jeep, far from the eyes of a watchful town. Mama didn't need to know. Good corn liquor to shake this cold, and good heart loving on a gravel road. Juliet, won't you call outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? push came down to shove, I'd be a bandit for her love. Shoot sharp and walk away. She was good before she changed her name, and I bet that ain't all that's changed. Goddamn, I remember the nights. I was a young punk kid from a dried up town, Cold Car County full of hunting hounds. She was the one who kept those boys at bay. Her high heels and my red wing boots, cutting couches in the living room. Juliet, won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? I can't win for all this losing, I can't see for all this boozing, but by God I can keep it together. Just to hold my baby close, get her moving down a county road, make up for lost time. She was a few-eyed child of a rodeo queen. She ran on sex and gasoline, far more money than a boy like me could hold. She went off to paint the town, and I'm stuck holding these mountains down. Juliet, won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? Won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? Freaks me out, and if I need a breather I can hit the parkway. Be home before the bars all close, drink away the lies she told, think about the days.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization and Locked On Big 12. Good morning. I think that it is a tragedy. I am not a proponent. I don't know if I understand what is happening at Guantanamo Bay. No one has really explained to me what we do there. But I believe it's a high-security prison in Cuba. I think that's correct. And you can kill like a family of four. They still won't send you to Guantanamo. You got to do some pretty extreme national security risk stuff. Like, we've got to think that you're selling copious amounts of information to the Russians to send you to Guantanamo. So if you woke up today at Addison, Texas, you probably don't have to worry about going to Guantanamo. And by the way, if you woke up in Addison, Texas, you can listen to the entirety of the Drake Toll Show. I mean, you woke up anywhere on the Westwood One Sports app or the Drake Toll Show YouTube channel or Twitter. We're on Twitter. Podcast after the show's over. It's uploaded there. Sirius XM 375, the Drake Toll Show, followed by You Better You Bet, Nick Costos, Bleck and Abdallah, and then Jim Rome with the Jim Rome Show. But where I'm going with this whole Guantanamo thing, and again, I still don't understand Guantanamo, so forgive me if I'm off on this. I'm in a hotel in Lakewood, New Jersey. I'm in a hotel 40 minutes from the Jersey Shore, and there's no coffee machine in the hotel room. And I just think that whoever's in charge of this, again, you kill a family of 4 and you don't get sent to Guantanamo. You're going to Huntsville, Texas. If you don't put a coffee machine, some sort of tea device, some sort of hot water turned into in my tummy yum, how do you have a hotel? How does the concept of a hotel room operate without a coffee machine, without something that can make tea? We are at Guantanamo levels of whoever's running this place. Throw them in there and lock. What is it? Throw away the key? Lock them in there and throw away the key. I hope you have access to coffee and tea wherever you are across the country, watching games like Mexico and South Africa, South Korea and Czechia. Mexico winning 2-0, slapping South Africa last night. South Korea, a late rally against Czechia, 2-1 victory in the World Cup. Got a text from a buddy last night. It's like, it's kind of wild to see the men and women, the baddies of the world, converging on just random-ass U.S. cities and playing soccer. It's pretty awesome. Like, oh, Algeria in Lawrence, Kansas. Ooh, Neymar in Greenbrier, West Virginia. Yeah, I love that so much. And the foreigners have problems with our food. You have problems with our food, huh? You guys just do beans and bugs and stuff. You're going to have a problem with Outback Steakhouse? Yeah, get real. This is culture. This is cuisine in the United States. The Stanley Cup final last night in a 4-2 win for the Carolina Hurricanes. I thought post-game that the energy of the arena, the energy of the moment was captured by Svechnikov after he had 2 power play goals yesterday. Svech sat down with ESPN. This is right after the game on the ice. You can still hear the crowd behind him when he said, "The crowd loves Bussy and I love you guys." The goaltender that stepped up in the Stanley Cup, who said, "Hey, Freddie Anderson, you're the guy, you're the veteran, you've been here, but allow me to take the reins for a second." Svech is so back. Here he is with ESPN post game after a win in the Stanley Cup Finals.
We was raised up, to be honest, just hard work, and God will see everything.
2 goals for you tonight. How much pressure were you putting on yourself as the top guy of this team to produce?
Yeah, I mean, quite decent pressure, to be honest, this playoff, but, just a new day was today, and, thank God we won, and like I said, we got one more in us.
So you build up a pretty big lead here, but at the end, they have a power play. What's going through your mind as you're watching your teammates and Brandon Bussy back there?
Yeah, we're just, to be honest, praying, we need a good defense here and block some shots, and, key, what a block. Great game, and Bussy was a hell of a game tonight.
Describe what it's like watching Bussy come in and play like this.
Yeah, the crowd loves Bussy, right, guys? Love you too, guys. You guys the best.
All right.
I love it. Crowd loves Bussy. They said, yeah, this day got loud. I thought that was a perfect representation of how these came, the reverence. He kept mentioning, we're praying. We were just at the root of this, we were really praying to get here. Sebastian Aho netted a goal last night as well for Carolina. He spoke to Sportsnet post-game, and I thought this was, while that was a bit more of kind of an energetic, grateful, happy. Aho gave a pretty. And he talked about Svechnikov, Andrei Svechnikov, in his post-game press conference. He gave a bit more intense, dialed in, like we're playing to win. Here he is post-game.
Have you ever heard it louder than it was here tonight?
No. I mean, that was unbelievable. I mean, obviously, the fans, we love playing at home, and it's just that we feed up a lot of energy out of them, and so, yeah, that was awesome.
We saw the look on your face. It really did say it all after you scored. What were you feeling?
No, I think it was a big goal at the moment. I mean, we power play got us going. You know, we had good looks there, and obviously Svetsy goal there, and, you know, follow up that, you get the 5-on-5 goal. It kind of, you know, the game's kind of shifted for us at that point. So, yeah, it was a big goal, and obviously happy to help the team win.
You've answered every question about your production this series. I mean, how have you felt about your own game?
I mean, I review my game. How we do as a team, how to, you know, we're playing for the win here, and honestly, I felt just as happy when Svetsy had that tap in at the. I know that was a big goal for us. I feel just as happy for him than I feel myself, because I know, you know, that's a big goal for team. So honestly, just job's not finished. Now we rest and recover and on to the next one.
You mentioned the text messages you get from your father after each game. We had some great shots of them celebrating in the crowd here tonight. The fact that they are here supporting you, what's that meant to you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they support and sacrifice and everything they've done for me. Obviously, it's so special to be able to share something like this and have them in the building, and, you know, my family and my couple of friends and all that. So it's definitely special.
See you back in Vegas. One win away. Congrats, Sebastian.
Yep, thank you.
One win away for Carolina. On the flip side, speaking of Vegas, this is a pretty quick, snappy, to the point. John Tortorella, the head coach, the new head coach, the Vegas Golden Knights. He was hired 2.5 months ago for the postseason run and got his team to the postseason, and now still has an opportunity to win the Stanley Cup. It's not over. 3-2. Vegas knows the deficit, and Tortorella said he has no doubt in his mind of one thing. John Tortorella, what is your promise?
John, in a spot like this, what do you want your team to draw on as you look ahead and move forward?
We're just going to get ready for our next game. We'll be back here. We're just going to do it in a different order. We got to find a way. I'm going to leave my clothes here, that's for sure. They'll be in the hotel.
I'm going to leave my clothes here. What he means is Game 5 took place in Carolina. Game 6 will go to Vegas. Game 7, right back to Carolina. He's going to leave his clothes in the hotel in Raleigh, North Carolina. Return to get them in a few days in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Confidence from the head man, John Tortorella. Across the country. San Antonio Spurs and New York Knicks. There's conversation amongst those who I'm around of whether or not we will go. We've got a game between the Party Animals and the Loco Beach Coconuts. National TV tonight, by the way, True TV. Would love to hang out with you. I'll see you there. There's been a lot of conversation about how we should handle the Knicks, because after Saturday, you get done with the Party Animals and Loco Beach Coconuts. Do you go from the Jersey Shore, take the hour-ish ride into Manhattan, and possibly celebrate? I don't know what's going to be more chaotic, the Knicks winning it in New York or the Knicks winning it in San Antonio. Or the Knicks losing it altogether. What? Yeah, it's 3-1 right now. But the Spurs have a path to win the 2026 NBA Finals. I mean, bluntly, of course they have a path. It's not over yet. The Spurs can win 3 games in a row and win the NBA Finals and take home the Larry O'Brien. But the more I've sat around and thought about it the last 24 hours, there are pretty key and tangible reasons that the Spurs can still win. One of those, the best player in the universe, Victor Wembanyama, a generational talent on both ends of the floor. What did we see Wemby do against the Oklahoma City Thunder when the Spurs were down 3-2. What did he do? Won a game in San Antonio, won a game in Oklahoma City. I get it. Difficult second half. Terrible second half for Wemby. Out of rotation. His offensive production was non-existent. The Spurs as a whole were bad, scoring 30 points in 2 quarters. But I think what San Antonio showed you in that first half, what San Antonio gave you at their peak, at their ceiling, I understand it was erased entirely. But we just saw the Spurs have an incredible half of basketball. We just saw the true potential of what San Antonio could be. We've seen Victor Wembanyama with his back against the wall, must-win scenarios. We've seen him win this postseason. We've seen the Spurs get up by 29 points in the first half of an NBA Finals game. Have we seen the last of that San Antonio squad? I don't think it's that simple. I don't think it's that easy. I don't think you can write this off as Knicks winning in a gentleman's sweep. We go 5 games and we go home. No. I think there might be more to this. The Wemby factor, the demonstration of true scoring potential San Antonio gave you in the first half of Game 4, the tight statistical margin, the total point differential between the two teams is only 8 points. Both teams shooting 44%. Rebounds, assists, nearly identical. The series is more competitive than a 3-1 lead. More competitive than what 3-1 implies. The Knicks leading 3-1 right now. But the Spurs trying to force New York into a collapse. And it's certainly not impossible. When we come back, it is time for our biggest losers of the day. Don't want to miss this. Arizona State University? Yep. They're kicking an old guy out of his house. They did what to the Chicken Man? In Philly? Last night? They got his house too? It's Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
In Omaha.
The end of your work week. Oh, the weekend is tomorrow. Good morning. You woke up today, otherwise you couldn't be listening to this. Welcome to the Drake Toll Show. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization and Locked On Big 12 and Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. World Cup rolls on today. Canada plays their arch nemesis and rival Bosnia and Herzegovina. Oh. Name the capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Can't, can you? It's okay. It's all right. We'll work on that one. USA plays Paraguay tonight, 9 p.m. Name the capital of Paraguay. You know what? Name the capital of the U.S. Come on. Yeah, you got it. Good answer. Good answer. Group D will roll on for the United States of America against Paraguay. That is, you know what? I am looking for the first time at where they're playing that match tonight. I was unaware of Inglewood SoFi. Man, I don't like SoFi. I've been to SoFi Stadium. I've been out there to Westwood, and it's just not. Nope. It's the fact that both ends of the venue are open, like a draft comes in. You can get rained on in SoFi Stadium. I have a problem with that. In college sports, the College World Series begins today. So big in the baseball realm, namely the college baseball realm, Troy and West Virginia, Ole Miss and North Carolina. That Ole Miss-North Carolina game is going to have a packed house for a 7 p.m. first pitch. Troy, West Virginia, we'll see. A lot of good, hard-working, blue-collar Americans represented by those two fan bases. Hopefully they pack out Omaha, but TBD. In the meantime, for us, it's time for our biggest losers of the day. Yeah, good. Biggest loser of the day, number one. We don't have to play the whole thing, but Wall Street Apes posts Arizona State filed to use eminent domain to steal a 124-year-old Phoenix home from a senior homeowner. The man who owns it is 89-year-old senior citizen who's owned the home for 50 years. ASU saying they need the land for their own downtown health campus and made multiple purchase offers, even up to $850,000 for the home. Here is a glimpse into the life of a man whose home will be ripped underneath him by Arizona State.
Now the offer, I think, on the table that was on the table was $800,000, and I can't move it for $800,000. And then you got to take down all the stuff around it. You got to pay for the land where it goes to. It's not realistic.
On behalf of ASU, the Arizona Board of Regents has now filed a lawsuit in Maricopa County Superior Court seeking eminent domain authority over property owned by Young. According to a statement we received from ASU, it reads in part, quote, "The university made several offers to the owner to purchase the parcel, including options allowing for the house to be moved. The university's final offer was based on an appraisal prepared by an experienced, state-certified appraiser, a copy of which was provided to the property owner. The offers were not accepted, a decision Young can't seem to comprehend."
I mean, it's hard to believe that this house has been either here or where the manhole cover was for 124 years. And you know, that should be...
That's good.
I would think...
I'd say it's good. Actually, not good. Addie, they're going to take this man's home. I don't think I like that.
There is a very famous house outside of Austin, Texas, and it's around all of the construction, all of these new buildings, and it's just one house with all this land because he refuses to sell it. And I'm like, I love that. Be like that. Arizona State University, find somewhere else, okay? Come on, you got enough money. Go somewhere else. Plenty of land. Build up. I don't know. Don't go wide. Go up. New urbanism, that's what that's called. You got stuff on the bottom.
Woody Guthrie would hate this. Bruce Springsteen would hate this.
Addie Bates hates it.
Jesse Wells would hate this. Yeah. Let that old man have his house. Let him live. Biggest losers of the day. Texas Tech? This is a tweet from BZSEC. Brandon Zimmerman says, because they're desperate, They're desperate to be relevant on the national level. That's what Bruce Feldman told Paul Feinbaum. Why he thinks Texas Tech has gone all in on Brendan Sorsby despite the PR disaster. Do you think that's what it is? I don't think that's what it is. Do you think that's what it is?
If there is ever, I hope for years to come in PR classes, I hope they teach these kids how to not handle this kind of situation. I hope they teach them this is what you do not do from years to come, because it is so unbelievably horrible, and it just keeps getting worse. They released a 20-minute video last night. Who's watching that? Did you watch it?
The 20-minute video is bad, and of course not. Why would I ever? I disseminated 90 seconds for later in the show. And even that was long. Even that I was like, oh.
Man, I wish I knew what you just said there. That was
Why
impressive.
did you release a 21?
Wow, that's so impressive. You sound like you're
Dude,
actually broadcasting from underwater. Drake's hotel room. Yeah, Drake's hotel room has actually fallen.
What happened?
Into the Atlantic. Dead today. Drake's hole.
What are you talking about?
I don't think I'm making things up. Roy, back me up here.
You sound like you're underwater. Like you're going scuba diving.
Still, right now?
No, that's better.
I sound like it right now, actively.
No, that's
No,
better.
you're good now.
Said that's better.
Don't bully me. Don't
Just like
bully.
that.
Don't
Just like
bully
that.
me.
No, just like that. That's perfect.
Don't do anything. Like that's perfect.
Biggest winners of the day.
We're right back.
back.
We're right
He's
back,
back.
there. We're right back underwater.
Walk-off homer last. Walk-off home run last. Walk-off home run last night. Walk-off home run last night. And coconut.
Okay,
Party
cool.
Animals was on the call with my buddy AJ Switek. Here it is. Walk it off, Loco Beach.
Carson's in a 1-1 count. There's one away. Dual threat, Brett! Ripped into right! It's back! And gone! Walk-off home run! Brett Carson! The Coconuts win it! On a day Brett Carson took the mound and pitched 2-point earning innings. He hits the walk-off home run. You don't get the nickname Dual Threat Brett without doing a both.
It was awesome. That was the first homer of my banana ball career. It felt awesome. Couldn't come at a better time. How about these boys? Shout out to Marksy. I was a little leaky, and he was like, hey, stay back a little bit. And that's what we did. Mama, I love you. I know you're watching at home. I love you.
We love you, Mama. Aww. We love you, Mama. We love you, Mama.
Testing.
Wow, that's really bad. So
Testing.
anyways, that was from, it's Banana Ball, which I love this because I also had a softball game, and I love how we're not playing any of my highlights. We're not playing my highlights. So in the league that I play in, the rules is that you have to have a woman hit every 4 batters. I'm the only woman on the team. And our game got rain delayed halfway through the first. Womp womp. But I got 2 hits. Did get 2 hits because I'm hurt. So that was your Banana Ball highlight, but this was a highlight of the
2
Jiggles
hits?
last night.
You guys batted around in the first inning?
Video or it didn't happen. We don't believe it.
Dog, I took a shot at Pete Whitney. I drank a Surfside, then I went up to bat and right into left field because I'm a pull hitter. I'm a pull hitter every single time. I don't know why I cannot just like go oppo or even up the middle.
Video or photo, please. Or it didn't happen.
The only video that I have from last night is a friend of mine named Keaton and myself were singing We Are the World in a bar, pretty under the influence. So that's the only video I have.
By Michael Jackson and his friends?
And some other people. When you're down and out.
But if you just believe.
You just believe.
No, I will. Wow, 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 wow.
Wow, 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 wow.
Realize.
He looks so pissed off there.
We are the world.
We can't go on. I like the second one with Justin Bieber and Josh Groban. Pretending day by day. It's so good, man. Roy Lee runs the board. I guess I'm back. Addie Bates produces. When we return, time for our obituaries. Dead today at my microphone. It is Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. It is the Drake Toll.
This is Westwood.
Go on trial just for laughing at the joke, just for saying of the bargain what any sales girl already knows. Most of us old men die at the firing line, just waiting for our number to be called. I guess time just makes fools of us all. Now the king gets his stepson when he's loaded as a gun. Says a real man is like a country. You need a map to find your one. Now I do you suppose you must approach the throne with its back up against the wall. I guess time just makes fools of us all. Minds of my generation, glad they conscripted in the war of defending any Goliath that would deign darken the door. Now with your genius for picking battles, it's no wonder every helmet is too small. I guess time just makes fools of us all. I guess time just makes fools of us all. My drink is watered down. The champ is on his knees. He lost the rematch. He lost the comeback. He lost for charity, but that's the job. It's what gets the asses in the hall. They came for a beating, and he came to brawl. Notice that of all the young gods I have known, yours is easily the least famous to turn down the cover of a Rolling Stone. Lily white faces, so familiar and yet impossible to recall. I guess time just makes fools of us all. After a millennia of good times, God said, hey now, let's have a dream where we raise the stakes a little. Come on, let's make things interesting. parachute into the Anthropocene, an amnesiac, a himbo Kendall. I guess time does make fools of us all.
Drake Toll also here. Before we get to our obituaries, I kind of have a complaint. So I have a new place, and it's great. It's awesome. It's in a beautiful part of Virginia, because I don't actually live in D.C. Just kind of round up, round to the nearest major city. And it's hot outside. It's super humid. And the landlord doesn't know how to turn the AC on. But I've already paid for this entire month, and utilities are included. So I almost want to ask for, I don't know, a little bit of a refund, because I'm paying for utilities that aren't actually working. So it's 89 degrees in that new unit right now. It's not even a unit. It's part of a house. It's really cool. It's really cool, except it's also very hot. So here I am. I moved about 300 records the other day, which is why behind me, if you're on the YouTube stream, all my records are missing, and I'm in the process of wrapping up all the pictures and stuff. If you've ever moved, you know how terrible it is. It's awful. I feel like no matter how much stuff I move over there, there's still a million things I need to pack up. It's so ridiculous. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. We're close to a bunch of cool restaurants, bars, all that stuff, and I'm actually obsessed with it. I'm obsessed.
You didn't tell me you were moving.
I did tell you I was moving. You just didn't listen to me.
When?
Why? Do you want to come visit?
No, when did I ask?
Oh, anyways, so mute his mic. Turn him off.
Don't do
Yes. God, I love being the producer. I love that. Drake, no one can hear you. This is great. Roy, this is the kind of show that I've been looking for my entire career. I'm only 24, for those who don't know. I'm only 24. Drake's free.
Why can no one hear me? What can they not hear?
No, we muted your mic.
Your producer asked me to mute you, so I listened to the producer.
God,
he's awesome. I don't think a producer can take
I love Roy.
precedent over them.
Over the Drake Toll Show.
Does my thing work now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Is it up? Is your thing up? Were you able to get it up?
I don't know.
Yes, you're on. Yes, you're
all right.
fine.
The show's happening again. I'm in a hotel room in Jersey City, and I have all of the things. I've got the world's largest Wi-Fi unit that I have to carry. It's 19 pounds of my 50-pound checked bag every weekend. And my Comrex, which for those who don't know ball, which why would you, is like a radio machine that makes you go on the radio. And both of them are plugged in, and both of them are plugged in and flashing. So it should work now.
Okay. Yeah. It does. We can hear you. It sounds great. It sounds great. It doesn't sound like you're underwater. So first rule in radio is to make sure you have good audio. So we got that.
Are you being sarcastic?
What are you talking? No. What? We work
He's
in
trying
radio.
to be supportive.
Yes. See, even when I try to support Drake, he's like, you don't mean that.
In a sarcastic tone. I thought I do sound like I was underwater.
No, I'm sorry. It's not that I'm trying to be sarcastic. Yesterday, our softball game, there was like a huge storm, so a bunch of dirt got everywhere. So I think that's why my voice sounds the way it does. Sorry.
Yesterday at my softball game.
Dog.
A bunch of dirt.
Oh my God.
got
No.
everywhere.
There was a huge storm and it was crazy. I felt like I was in the Sahara Desert. It was insane. It was insane. All of my, I have a whole bag full of stuff that's covered in dirt from the field because it was so windy outside. In order to walk off so I didn't get dirt, I had to have my glove right here. They canceled it. In the midway, in the first.
Anyway.
Correct. Anyway, that's a great use of that drop. Thank you. It's time for our obituaries. Yeah. Dead today. The Strait being closed? The Strait is open, says the president. It's just a secret. Take it away from the Oval Office.
The Strait is open, but the Straits have been open for a number of months already, and you just didn't know about it. You as reporters weren't able to get it. I just announced yesterday that we brought a lot of ships that nobody knew about. I guess we did a pretty good job here, right? But we brought many ships across, and millions, hundreds of millions of barrels of oil were brought across. And there wasn't a thing that anybody could have done about that.
Strait of Hormuz is open.
Okay, when I first got that audio, you couldn't hear a word he was saying. He sounded super quiet, so this is me raising him twice, by 12. And
Roy rescued
you
it.
barely got it.
Roy rescued the president. It's open. You just don't know it. We just didn't tell you that. Surprise. It's been open the whole time. Gas prices are only up in your imagination. Idiots. Anyway. If you say it's open, it's open. Dead today, Henry Ruggs' parole chances. Yeah, no parole for you. This is the same guy that killed someone in a car crash, Henry Ruggs, in Las Vegas. It was 5 years ago. 5 years ago that happened. Does not seem that long ago. Nevada Board of Parole Commissioners ruled on Thursday, no more Henry Ruggs. He drove 150 miles drunk, I think.
156.
What? Yeah, why would we let that guy out? I mean, I guess I understand rehabilitation and second chances and whatnot, but you drunk drove 156 miles an hour and killed someone. If you took someone else's life, and by the way, this wasn't he's, going through a depressive episode. You're a multi-millionaire playing in the NFL.
Rick, you killed the guy.
So hard.
Yeah. This isn't the guy, this isn't the 23-year-old that works the cash register at the local liquor store and is questioning everything every day. This is an NFL player. You have millions of dollars in the world at your fingertips, and you just drunk drove into a human. I don't think, if you took their life, it's not fair in saying that you going to prison for life probably makes sense. Am I off base here for Henry Ruggs? Yeah, I got
Free four.
Free four. Henry Ruggs still in. Also, why are we 5 years later and he's available? Why is parole on the table?
I'm pretty sure his
later?
prison sentence is only 3 to 10 years. I think it's something ridiculous.
He killed
ridiculous.
a person?
Yeah. You stabbed the guy in the heart with a trident. Killed a guy.
Brick killed
Probably
a guy.
lay low for a while.
Brick, where'd you get a grenade?
Don't know.
What?
That makes sense. Hopefully this is the last time, until the next time his parole is denied, that we talk about Henry Ruggs on the Drake Toll Show. Dead today, Bud Light being canceled? Oh, no. Remember when Bud Light got canceled? No more drinking Bud Light. Kid Rock actually ended Bud Light's life. by shooting it with an AK-47. Diggy diggy bop da ba bang bang. Kid Rock ended Bud Light's life after shooting it with an assault rifle on his ranch because dudes rock. This was, 4 or 5 years ago now? It's been a while since the whole Bud Light thing happened.
Death,
and now,
taxes, Tanner Thomas long balls.
Just press a button. See which one we like. We're getting comfy. I like this. We're just... The UFC America 250 event is sponsored on the White House lawn by Bud Light. Just big Bud Light signage all around the cage. We're back, baby. Have a Bud. I had a Coors last night. I don't love Coors.
I had
Big Miller guy.
I had one margarita, and then I had two margarita, and then 3 margarita, and then 4 margarita.
That's no, stop, please, no.
And then the bartender, people just kept buying me shots. Why?
The bartender should cut you off after. If the bartender is listening, it should.
He's
cut
the
you
one
off
who kept.
after.
People kept buying me shots, and he's the one who kept. He also was like, "Here, have another one. Have another one. Have another one." I was like, "Sir, I have to produce the Drake Toll show. You don't
Dang,
understand."
You got it like that, Eddie? Okay. Guys just randomly come up and buy you drinks?
What can I say? What can I say? It helps being the only girl in the friend group. They're very kind. They're very kind.
All right, well. Allow the world to piece all those words together. Correct. Yep. Bingo. It's time for the quickie. Top 5 headlines in all of sports. Addie Bates reads them. Drake Toll responds.
Alrighty. Let's start with hockey again. Let's go back to that. Near elimination, Vegas' Tortorella vows a Game 7.
He promised it. He said he would leave. He said he would leave his clothes in the hotel room in Raleigh, North Carolina, and be back to that same hotel room in a week for Game 7.
It came in so fast and so hard.
I just don't. The unpredictability of this series, because we've already seen the wild comebacks, we've seen the overtimes, we've seen the unpredictability of this series leads you to believe nothing about Game 6. I don't care where it is. They can play it on the moon. They can play it on the moon without oxygen, because I don't think the moon has oxygen. And I still have no clue. I just don't. There's not a way to. Oh, Eichel. Oh, Dorofeyev. Oh, it's Aho. I don't. Sorry, I wish I could help. I get Bussy being in goal is the only big thing. It's like, okay, since he has taken over for Freddie Anderson as the goaltender in this Stanley Cup final for the Carolina Hurricanes, things have gone really well for the Carolina Hurricanes. That's the nod I can give them in Game 6. But then again, just way too unpredictable of a series. Good luck to Tortorella and company, though.
Here's your second headline. Dodgers downplay Ohtani injury after an early exit. Ugh.
Yeah, knee tightness or something. It's knee inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
Hits a home run. Went 2 for 2 with a couple of walks as well. Seemed Dave Roberts was pretty clear post game. It was strictly precautionary. You're the baseball guy. You're the big baseball guru.
Guy.
You're the baseball girl.
Thanks. Yeah, honestly, it's not that big.
You're the baseball female.
Savant.
You're the baseball woman. Savant.
Female.
Sure.
I hate when they say female.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about it either. I'm really not.
Okay.
It happens. Inflammation is just, it happens in terms of whenever you're playing a sport and it's the same repetitive motion over and over again, that's going to happen. So honestly, give him a couple days off. He'll be fine. I wouldn't stress about it. The only reason why it's a headline is because it's Ohtani. If Riley Green of the Detroit Tigers had left knee inflammation, no one would care. No one.
The country singer?
Yes.
If Riley Green, the country singer, had left knee inflammation, it'd make headlines. That's a minute.
Yeah, on CMT. Here's your next headline. Boston and Clark are the first WNBA teammates with a 30-point double-double. Both of them.
Oh, but I thought Caitlin Clark's career was over. I thought there was no more Caitlin Clark. I thought they weren't letting her play. What? How could she have done this if the whole league hates her? And Leah Boston, 34-12. Caitlin Clark, 32-10. Clark, 12 rebounds. Boston, 12 rebounds. Clark, 10 assists. And Indiana knocks off Chicago 114-106 in overtime. Third career game for Clark with 30 points and 10 assists, the most in WNBA history. Did you hear that? Third career game for Caitlin Clark with 30 points and 10 assists, the most in WNBA history.
Herstory.
That's a minute. Is that real? The third ever? The third game for Caitlin. No players ever had 30 and 10?
Newsflash.
3 times?
Caitlin Clark is really good. Breaking news, Caitlin Clark is good at basketball.
Attribute it. Who reported that? I don't
Adam
believe
Schefter.
Yep. Okay.
Per Adam
you got me.
Schefter.
You got me.
Here's your next headline. Mexico whoop, whoop, gets off to roaring World Cup start with a 2-0 win over South Africa in the opening match.
Mexico got off.
They did get off.
And we let them do that here?
Actually, I mean, it was on national TV, so they got off on national TV. Exactly.
It was on national TV. 2-0 against South Africa. This was, I don't want to say non-competitive, but Mexico scored pretty immediately. And from there, South Africa, I did think was it 3 red cards in one match or 4?
Yes.
3?
Yes.
That's pretty extreme. We're in the World Cup, dog. Okay. We're in the World Cup. If we're going to be handing out red cards, we can't be handing out red cards. This is the World Cup.
It was so funny because for part of it, you see on the board, it was like, South Africa is down to 10 players. South Africa is down to 9 players. And I'm like, all right. That poor team. Here's your final headline.
I don't understand. It's the World Cup. We cannot be kicking guys out of World Cup matches.
Well,
it's the World Cup.
You can't slap people in the face.
Is it really that bad, man?
Yeah, they were, one of the guys, he was trying to go, like, whatever, you could be a little physical and stuff, but he reaches around, and he slaps him in the face.
Yeah, well, we'd give you a bonus in the NFL for that. We'd give you an extra game.
It's soccer. It is soccer. If they fall, they hold their shin like they just fought in the battle. Sorry.
They're trying to win an Oscar. Come on.
Yes. Here's your final headline.
That's a minute.
Texas Attorney General warns that Big 12 could face legal action if league pursues sanctions against Tech over Sorsby.
What?
Why is everyone freaking out about this? This went from guy does bad thing when he was 19, loses $5 million. Judge says, I don't know, man. Don't make him lose $5 million for what he did when he's 19. And now the entire world is burnt. Now the Texas Attorney General is saying if the Big 12 doesn't let him play or if the Big 12 reprimands the guy who did the bad thing, that he'll sue them into oblivion. Yeah, I don't know if I like all that. It seems a little extreme here, right? Am I off base? Like I mean, it got really quiet.
Ken Paxton's not the greatest of. You do not want Ken Paxton on your side. If he is on your side, that's how you know you're in the wrong. That's how you know you're on the wrong side of history. Let me just say that.
None of those words mean anything to me. I don't live in Texas.
Well, as the native Texan on this show, no, we'll dive deeper into it later on. But let me just tell you that is not a good sign for Texas Tech.
Coming up at 7:20 Eastern Time, Addie and why she has a grudge against Ken Paxton. It's Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. No, we are going straight there though. It is Brendan Sorsby. And a 21-minute video heard round the world, actually heard by no one because no one wants to watch all that. Why do we continue to blow this out of proportion? Guy did bad thing. Does it really matter that much? when we return on, again, Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Addie Bates produces. Roy Lee runs the board. This is the Drake Toll Show. It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. College World Series starts today in college baseball. The World Cup continues. USA and Paraguay tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern time on Fox. It's SoFi Stadium in L.A. Happy Friday, everybody. Last day of the week is Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. You can call or text the show, 310-840-4910, 310-840-4910. Let's talk Brendan Sorsby and Texas Tech because the story continues to unfold. I sit here in the middle of the New York Knicks and San Antonio Spurs playing in the NBA Finals. The Golden Knights and Carolina Hurricanes playing in the Stanley Cup. And I think, how big of a story is the Brendan Sorsby deal? Because he was the fourth or fifth best quarterback in the Big 12 last year at Cincinnati. He didn't do very well in the big game. You know, he went 7-5, and he played pretty poorly against Utah or Nebraska. Terrible against Nebraska. And I'm like, okay, who died and made him the number one overall player in the transfer portal, a five-star quarterback, the best quarterback? Who died and made it so that LSU wanted this kid? I don't get it. I don't really understand where the pomp and circumstance around Brendan Sorsby happened. And the more I've reckoned with this over the course of the last 24 hours, the more I've thought about the circumstance that's gotten us here. If he was the quarterback at NC State, wouldn't be a thing. Wouldn't be a thing. Boston College, if he was the quarterback at Florida State at this point, I don't know if we'd care that much. UCF, Stanford, right? You can't name the quarterback at probably any of those schools. But Brendan Sorsby was a five-star transfer portal pickup, and Texas Tech garnered attention. They picked up steam last year when they went 11-1 in the regular season, 12-1 after winning the Big 12 championship, and played Oregon in the college football playoff. And all of America hated the little Big 12 team that spent money. The little Big 12 school that could. They all said, it's a detriment to the game that a school like Texas Tech, a name like Texas Tech, that brand can win. And they can win off the back of Cody Campbell spending money. So what happens is Brendan Sorsby goes in the transfer portal out of Cincinnati, becomes a five-star, is the number one portal quarterback in the country, and all eyes are on where he'll go. Will it be LSU? Could it be Florida? Will it be Texas Tech? And certainly it was the Red Raiders. Lubbock is where he calls home now. Comes to the forefront. Surfaces that Cincinnati knew during his tenure there that he loved to gamble. His big proclivity was gambling, and that he had gambled once upon a time on Indiana football when he was a redshirt quarterback at Indiana. 40 times he bet on his team under in point totals. He bet on player prop unders for his teammates. He was kind of an ass hat with the whole deal. You're welcome. And so Cincinnati knew this, allegedly, still let him play, didn't sanction him, and then let him go to Texas Tech. And oddly enough, now all of a sudden, all this information comes out about the kid who just signed a $5 million contract in NIL, and he's so evil, he's terrible, he's bad for college football. We got to make an example out of him. And the response from Texas Tech boosters and donors and Tech fans and all the is, well, Georgia players are drunk driving. Well, Penn State, Jerry Sandusky was doing terrible, awful things to children. Well, at Baylor, there was the sexual assault scandal. Texas Tech is grasping at straws across the nation at things that either were not handled appropriately or, looking back, hindsight on the whole Penn State thing, what was it, a one-year bowl ban? We're looking at death penalty stuff. We had a head coach at Penn State who was allowing children to be assaulted in his locker room for decades. That's some death penalty stuff. We didn't death penalty them. And schools didn't boycott playing Penn State. Schools didn't boycott Georgia. A lot of folks have come out to make fun of Texas Tech for that point. Oh, of course you would, to low-hanging fruit, to walk up to the podium and be like, oh, well, you guys weren't mad at Penn State, you guys weren't mad at Georgia, you guys weren't mad at Baylor. And now the court of public opinion has turned on Texas Tech saying, well, that's a stupid excuse. But is it? I think we're drawing attention to the fact that corruption has always been at the forefront of college football. And when bad things happen, a la betting on your team, drunk driving, sexual assault of children, when bad things happen, you know what the first thing these administrators do is? You know what the first thing the fans do is? They run to the rescue of their team. They run to the rescue of their letters, their program, their logo. No, couldn't be my school, couldn't be my favorite coach, couldn't be my players. No, I've rooted my whole life, and then come on, don't hate us. But I think Cody Campbell and Texas Tech are kind of spot on here to say, hey, today it's us in the news. Today you hate us, but come on, man. You've hated a lot of people. A lot of people have done worse. Are we doing the most moral thing? Probably not. But Nick Saban's gone to the podium and said, hey, I don't think we should punish 19-year-old kids by kicking them. Saban has said a direct quote, should we put kids on the street? Where's this kid better served? On the streets or in my program where he can learn and grow and develop? Brennan Sorsby at Texas Tech can learn, grow, develop with a sports book app in his hands. He's illegally gambled for years now, addicted to this. Mental health was the first thing that Texas Tech brought up. And then now that Sorsby's been reinstated, now that a judge has said Sorsby can play, the whole earth is freaking out about the kid from Cincinnati, the little quarterback at Cincinnati that you didn't care about at all. You didn't give a rat's ass about this guy, and now you do. That seems kind of performative. And I get it. You think it's ruining college football. Oh, no. But you weren't mad about the rest of the things that have been ruining college football. You weren't that upset about those. Why are you so vehement? Are you just jumping on the bandwagon? Do you need to yell at a cloud? Like everybody with the podcast microphone, everybody on the radio, on the TV is saying that I should be mad. So now I'm mad at Brennan Sorsby. Now I'm mad at Texas Tech. I'm just following them. Are you a sheep of the situation? Because I get it. I understand not liking the trajectory of college football. I understand not liking where we're going, where we've been, where we're headed. But boss?
I feel like it might be just the way it all happened, right? Like, Chris and Abdallah, or Black and Abdallah, they were like, we have one rule, or we don't have a lot of rules, and you broke one. So it's like, why? And then also the judge thing, like how they kind of it kind of seems like they paid off a judge to, rule in their favor. So I think that might.
But what about the drunk driving rule? What about the drunk driving rule? What about the sexual assault rule? Those are rules, but we don't pay attention to those. And the judges from Tarrington, the original judge was a Texas Tech graduate. He stepped away. He recused himself. They had to go 300 miles away and find a different judge who's a Houston graduate. Like I see it. But also, a lot of the excuses being made, a lot of things, they seem just a degree off base. Like, oh, yes, the court of public opinion has told you this judge is some sort of inside trader. Or this thing is like, oh, you did the one thing we told you not to. And yet you did the thing we told you not to. But players have been doing the thing we told you not to. Coaches, administrators, for decades. This being the thing that we're all mad about is odd to me. Now, and I've given this spiel a couple times. I digress on that. Because Texas Tech released, as if it couldn't get more embarrassing, because the Big 12 has met the athletic directors, the coaches, the board on whether or not they should boycott Texas Tech. Or the Big 12 conference could tell Brennan Sorsby that, hey, you can't play anymore, and the conference steps in and changes the way the university approaches this and whether or not Sorsby gets to be on the field next year. Texas Tech, I boiled down, thanks to Brooks Austin on Twitter, boiled down the 21-minute podcast that Texas Tech and its leadership posted yesterday into 90 seconds. Here's the gist, the 90-second crux of, because I'm not watching all that. I thought my favorite tweet of yesterday in the sports world is TCU, without any context. TCU football tweeted, I ain't watching all that. I'm happy for you, though, or sorry that happened. And it's doing pretty good numbers on Twitter because I'm not watching all 21 minutes of Texas Tech. Here, let's boil it down into 90 seconds. Here is the Texas Tech administration on the gambling scandal for Brendan Sorsby.
Court. How would you correlate this with our vote in November that we didn't want to strengthen gambling?
Yeah, we all talked about it back in November. We voted not to permit gambling by athletic department staff members, coaches, or student athletes on sports that the NCAA has a championship event in. There seems to be a stigma that exists around is sports gambling a mental health disorder. And I will tell you, last night in Houston, after we spoke, I had two separate individuals come up to me and share with me their addiction recovery. And one of them was a gambling addiction. And the gentleman shared with me, it is a mental health disorder. And I have so much respect and admiration for the way that Texas Tech is standing behind and supporting Brendan Sorsby and stay the course because it's real. So I think there's a conversation that Texas Tech can be a part of and lead to the degree that our colleagues will engage with us on how we address these matters going forward, because this is a very difficult situation and there needs to be more conversation around it.
It's difficult, no doubt, and I understand Texas Tech also has a responsibility to cover its own butt. That Texas Tech has to, because they'll be sued if they don't fight for Sorsby. And you know, they probably want to fight for the kid. They want to fight for the kid for a couple reasons. They want to compete next year. You want a great quarterback. I get that. I understand that. And you want to fight for the kid because at some level, yes, no matter what, I do think Kirby Hocutt, who's a reputable athletic director in the Big 12, and Joey McGuire, who's this old Texas high school football coach, and these guys they care about human beings, and I believe that. And I've been around them, and in the times that I have been around them, I think that is true. But I'm starting to come around on the idea that, one, we are way overblowing this. This should not still be a conversation. This should not be we're boycotting and leagues are meeting and Nebraska and Georgia say you can't play Ted. They're telling their athletic director is telling the entire sports realm, their athletic department, that you can't play Texas Tech in any sport. I think that is all. I think we're overblowing this way past what it needs to be. But that's a good Kirby Hocutt, the athletic director at Texas Tech, makes a pretty good point here. We are talking about an addiction. If Sorsby had bet on his college football team 7 times and had 28 bets on it and 400 bets and 200 bets and for a total of $3,000, like, okay, he's a casual gambler. We're talking $90,000 in thousands of bets on balls and strikes at a Cincinnati Reds game. Like, that is, Sorsby is addicted to gambling. I think we've established that this is an addiction, and getting him help is worth it. The real question is less about eligibility to me and more about, okay, what is the best way to help that guy? Is it him being in the locker room?
Playing would help, because, like, hypothetical, like, situation, right? They let him play, and he goes back to gambling on his team and, like, taking bets, right? Wouldn't that kind of make it worse? Like, wouldn't you kind of like, isn't it basically like showing alcohol to a recovering alcoholic, like kind of like shoving it in his face and like saying like, hey, how are you going to react? You say you're off it now, or you say you're sober now. Like, well, what if it's like right in front of you?
He hasn't gambled on his team since 2022, so he didn't do it at all at Cincinnati. So I would say no. If they've waived it in his face the last 4 years, it's not as if like when in this scenario, my grandmother quit smoking cigarettes. 4 years later, she owns a restaurant. She lets people go on smoke break and stands out there and hangs out with them. It's like, hey, so the proof is in the concept of she hasn't had a cigarette in 4 years. He hasn't gambled on his own college football team in 4 years. He can be around it now. He can gamble on the ponies, and I still think college football players should be able to gamble on the Kentucky Derby without an issue. It's not going to defeat the integrity of the game, and the NCAA admitted the integrity of the game was not diluted by what Sorsby did at Indiana. So while on one hand you could pose the question, no doubt, the idea that he's gone through his entire college career since that redshirt year at Indiana without doing that thing, namely as high profile as this is with Texas Tech and the infrastructure of that school to give him support that he needs, I don't think he'll fall back into that as it pertains to gambling on his own team. And the proof's in the pudding because he did not do it at Cincinnati under Scott Satterfield playing for that program. When we come back, let's go to the World Cup. Mexico pulls it off yesterday, as well as South Korea. Today, the United States plays Paraguay. What do you need to know about the Paraguay national team? Hell if I know. I guess I'll try. It's Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Ooh, Addie Bates produces. Roy Lee runs the board. This is the Drake Toll Show.
Hello, girl, it's been a while. Guess you'll be glad to know that I've learned how to laugh and smile. Getting over you was slow. They say old lovers can be good friends, but I never thought I'd really see you. I'd really see you again. I go crazy when I look in your eyes. I still go crazy. No, my heart just can't hide that old feeling inside, way deep down inside. Oh, baby, you know when I look in your eyes, I go crazy. You say he satisfies your mind, tells you all of his dreams. I know how much that means to you. I realize that I was blind just when I thought I was over you. I see your face and it just ain't true. No, it just ain't true. I go crazy when I look in your eyes. I still go crazy. That old flame comes alive. It starts burning inside, way deep down inside. Oh, baby, you know when I look in your eyes, I go crazy.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization and Locked On Big 12, and right here with Westwood One Sports, Sirius XM 375, and you can listen every day on the Drake Toll Show YouTube channel and on Twitter. Addy Bates produces, Roy Lee runs the board, and the NHL, the Stanley Cup Finals. The Carolina Hurricanes have taken a 3-2 lead of the Las Vegas Golden Knights after a 4-2 victory last night in the Lenovo Center, Raleigh, North Carolina. And there's a 17-year-old kid who woke up today and finally, been watching your TV. A lot of regular season success. Back in the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time in 20 years and an opportunity to win it. And you can win it in Las Vegas. Though John Tortorella, the head coach of the Golden Knights, said, no. I guarantee you, I promise you, Game 7, I'm leaving my stuff in the hotel in Raleigh. That Game 7, we'll be back in that hotel. We'll be back in Raleigh with an opportunity to win it all. Decisive Game 7. Deciding Game 7. One of those would be great for the sport. And that's why I think tomorrow when we see San Antonio host the New York Knicks, it would be good for the NBA to go 6. To give it that what if. What if this series could be stretched to 7? What if the Knicks win it in Madison Square Garden? If New York takes it, gentlemen sweep, 5 games, that's fine. But is that the product the NBA wants? I don't think so. We know we love the NBA for the showmanship. And that is on the line tomorrow night between San Antonio and New York. But all that pales in comparison to the world, right? To the earth, to the planet. And it is the World Cup, the first time in a couple of decades. The United States of America hosting the Men's World Cup. Mexico knocking off South Africa 2-0 last night. South Korea rallies against Czechia 2-1. Addy Bates, you're half Mexican.
Yes, good observation. Good observation, Drake. Good answer.
Yes. Congratulations. Thank you for being here. Correct, our resident expert. Mexico wins. 3 red cards in this game. Mexico wins.
It was insane. There's one thing about the World Cup, and I love how it brings all the fans together from every country. There's nothing like it. There really isn't. And it was amazing. I mean, you have a 17-year-old kid on the field for Mexico, and Mexico, the score was not high enough, in my opinion, because South Africa.
What was he doing?
Playing soccer.
Wow. 17 years old in the World Cup?
Yeah, you thought you were a big deal at 17, Drake Toll? You weren't playing in the World Cup.
No, I'm surely he's rare in that regard.
Oh, it's amazing. But Mexico, the score should have been 8-0, by the way, because South Africa was sloppy. It was probably their worst performance I've ever seen. They've only had one guy on that team, by the way, I think, who's ever played in the World Cup. So there's a lot of added pressure. But they were smacking guys in the face. You saw the thing. 10 people on the field, 10 people left on the team, 9 people left on the team. And Mexico from early on, Mexico, you saw they were going to dominate. And they did that. It was amazing. And Raul Jimenez, who, by the way, fractured his skull 5 years ago. He fractured his skull. He was out there.
How?
And he's... Yeah, that does hurt, yes. And he scored the second goal for Mexico.
But do we know how he fractured his skull?
Oh,
that's
yes,
hard to do.
because headbutt with another person. You went for a header.
Oh, okay. I was thinking off the pitch.
So if you see it,
okay.
So if you ever see him play, he wears a headband and he has a little thing on the side to protect that spot because he got a traumatic brain injury. It was terrifying. So the fact that he was able to score the second goal for Mexico was incredible. It was awesome. Did you watch any of it?
I did not watch any. I didn't see either game. That's why.
Oh, so you don't support Mexico? You don't support your producer?
You don't support Korea?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you don't support your board op,
Which Korea?
Or your producer.
Which Korea?
Whoa. Hey, the
very
only
clear
South
which Korea
I'm
you're
from is South Korea. Okay.
Yeah.
We should be clear which Korea. South Korea also winning yesterday. Comeback fashion against Czechia. And now it sets up today. I mean, it doesn't really set it up. It's just today is going to happen either way. Canada plays Bosnia and Herzegovina. Yeah. Uh-huh. And the USA plays Paraguay. Get this. Doubt us. Hate us because you ain't us. The USA is an underdog against Paraguay tonight. We couldn't find a Paraguayan soccer guest to join the show today to talk about Paraguay. So Addie did a lot of research. She's well prepared on this one. I think that this match will be very close. Chris Richards is good.
Wow,
U.S. did knock off Paraguay at a friendly in November. Paraguay knocked off Mexico in a friendly as well back in November. Paraguay has a lot of many good players who are very excited to play in the World Cup. Their coach said that they are prepared and that they have been training super hard for this moment.
Drake does not watch soccer, is what I'm gathering from this.
Haven't watched a lot of Paraguay here recently. Nope, you're right. But I think that Gatito Fernandez, the goaltender, or Orlando Gill or Gaston Oliveira could all be very good
Gatito
for their teams.
I think that Gatito is going to be super rad, dude. He's so good. That's what I got from that.
Yeah, Paraguay has a 20-year-old, Alexandro Maidana. Look for him to possibly soccer today.
Are you wicking this right now?
Yes, he is. Yes, he's probably on ESPN.
Junior Alonso or Jose.
Wow.
I can pronounce. I got that one. Canale. No, I'm on the ESPN, and they list their heights. Paraguay's tallest player is 6'3", Gabriel Avalos. So watch out for him.
You don't even want to play the Mexico highlight that I gave you from Quinones?
Korea.
Or Korea? Yeah. What the?
When we come back. During our Idiots of the Day, I will be the Idiot of the Day. We'll play highlights from both It's South Korea, right?
Oh, my God.
We'll play highlights from both South Korea and Mexico winning their first group stage games in the World Cup. I do like soccer. I do watch soccer. Just not a lot of Paraguay. Sorry. So,
or Mexico or Korea.
Yeah. Mexico kicked off the World Cup.
You couldn't name Gabriel Avalos if you had tried, and I just did. So now what? It's Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Good luck to the United States today as underdogs against Paraguay. This is the Drake Toll Show.
This
She thinks she missed the train to Mars. She's out back counting stars. She thinks she missed the train to Mars. She's out back counting stars.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Cage the Elephant brings us back. Addie Bates produces. Roy Lee runs the board. It is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Tonight, 6:30 Eastern Time on True TV, TNT Sports. Banana Ball, the Party Animals, and the Loco Beach Coconuts. I'll see you there. If you want like extended version of the Drake Toll Show, I'm going to leave this. Go to, you know what? Yesterday, 5 a.m. to midnight. I don't know. You know what happened to me yesterday? Did I tell you this? 5 a.m. to midnight. So we did the Drake Toll Show, then did a game last night. Walk-off home run, pretty electric. Loco Beach wins the game against the Party Animals in the Banana Ball Championship League. At dinner, we're staying in a hotel 38 minutes from the ballpark. Why? I didn't book it. We're staying in a hotel 38 minutes from the ballpark. And we had to eat outside yesterday.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Alert the press.
We had to eat outside yesterday, which is not abnormal.
Per John Morosi.
No,
I got you. Drake had to eat outside.
Per Mary Kay Cabot. So we had to eat outside yesterday, which is not abnormal. But I didn't know New Jersey's so humid. It's kind of an aggressively humid place. I was shocked by this. We ate outside yesterday, and we were told, I think I'm running out of patience. Aggressively fast. There's a girl that we work with who was like, I'm from New Jersey, and the lightning in the distance is not even a storm. I was like, okay. I'm pretty sure that the lightning's a storm.
Have you?
She's like, no, I'm from New Jersey, and it's just in the summer, the clouds get super, and they revenue and they do lightning. It's just a lightning, summer lightning. What the hell's a summer lightning? What does it even mean? And so we're sitting there, barbecue sauce on my, hanging out outside, eating our BJs.
Oh.
We got, it was chicken parm and then one amorphous blob. It was tri-tip, more like singular tip. It was just like one amorphous blob of meat that we all had to chew off of and share. And bang. And in the middle, at 11:45, we're about to get on the bus to go home. And guess what? Like one gust of wind, you look at the distance at the light in the parking lot and you see it. It's here. And it was a flash flood. We were just stuck in a flash flood thunderstorm. And I was she was on the first seat on the bus too. She was the first seat, as dry as could be. It's just one of those summer things. It's just lightnings in the summer.
Did she turn you down, Drake Toll? Is that why you don't like her? I feel like there's just some.
Are you listening to the story? You're not even listening to the story. You're not even listening to the story. I'm telling you a completely reasonable story right now. I'm telling you, anybody in the right mind, the type of human being. I'm from here, and so I know that that's not a storm.
No, I am.
And it flash floods on your ass. You're not. You would be frustrated too in this moment. It would have nothing to do with the platonic.
Drake, did you not listen to me earlier? My softball game got rain delayed. It's the playoffs. We were going to win Das Boot.
The Jiggles.
Yeah, we were jiggling it. We were jiggling it out there.
I mean, yeah, if you were batting around in the first inning, it must have been pretty good. I just don't. No. This coworker has always been, and it's strictly platonic. Platonic. The story is just about the
That's what
time
they
for
all
idiots
say.
of the day.
It's always platonic.
Idiot of the day.
Yeah, bonk. Idiot of the day. Me for not getting my ad reads. Sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com. Also me for not playing this. Let's take you back to yesterday. South Korea takes the lead over Czechia 2-1. That would be the final score. Here's the highlight.
We're going to see abundance of ability. What a lovely little ball that is.
Oh, there it again!
Was that English? What happened right there?
That was English.
Is this the same highlight company? Is this the highlight company?
Yes, it is. I wanted to know if you could tell.
They strike again. She just said, "Da-da-da!" She gave you a really loud, piercing, just Idiot of the day, me, again, for not playing you this. Mexico scores the first goal of the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Bros played against each other in the 1986 World Cup. Chitone was caught up there, and there's a big goal for the Mexicans. Quiñones, big goal.
Addie's so proud. Addie's so proud. She is so full of herself.
Yes.
In the battle of the Alamo, who did you root for?
Let me just say we weren't losers.
You're from Texas. Who did you root for? Battle of the Alamo. Come on, pick a side. Because earlier in the show, you're like, I'm a proud native Texan. I love Chewies and I love barbecue. And now all of a sudden, we love Mexico. Pick one. Pick one. You're gonna go see the bartender that loves you.
Who?
Drake, I never responded.
The bartender
to
does
his
love you.
text.
It's not a
I
problem.
never responded to that.
No. That's bad. It's not bad. I get it. I understand. You would have rooted for Texas?
No, I'm very.
Who are you
proud of
rooting for more in the World Cup, Mexico or the United States?
Oh, I always root for Mexico. I have my Memo Ochoa, like little Jesus candle. I have my Mexican jersey over there. I have all my Mexican memorabilia. I always root for Mexico. Sorry, that's going to make a lot of our viewers really upset. I'm so sorry that I'm very proud of that side of my heritage.
So you would have rooted for Santa Ana against Davy Crockett, huh?
Hey, I said I was on the winning side.
Billy Bob Thornton.
With the
Daniel Boone. Yep. You know the one, the Alamo. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Idiot of the day, John Harbaugh. This comes from SNY. John Harbaugh says he still hasn't been able to get a Knicks ticket. The head coach of the New York Football Giants? John, come on, fill us in.
Did you end up getting a Knicks ticket?
I haven't gotten any tickets yet. You know, it's a tough ticket to get, man. There's a lot of celebrities, quote unquote. Come on, really? In New York City, let's rank it out, right? Let's rank it out, man. I'm not expecting a phone call. I will be watching on TV. I like that team, man. I just think they play as a team. I'm going to show the guys the video tomorrow or Wednesday about what the players are saying about why they're where they're at. You saw the video probably. It's great. It's just a great message.
Why does he sound like that? Hi, I'm going to take it.
He's old.
He okay?
He's a grandpa.
Checked on
it's his
John
nap
Harbaugh.
time.
Is this part of him working for Joe Shane?
Did you say nap time?
Is that what this does?
It's his
Is
nap
working for
time.
Joe Shane?
Come on,
say
guys.
nap time?
Yeah. Reporters caught him at a bad time.
Nap time?
Nap time.
Okay.
Nap time?
Okay.
No. Yes, that's the one I was thinking about. How do you fall asleep at a basketball game? A basketball game where there's like high intense action.
I see that.
The NBA Finals, to be exact. If you're the head coach of the New York Giants, you should probably get. Actually, I'm almost 100% positive he could get Knicks tickets fairly easily. Oh, by the way, I know $4,000 is a ton of money to spend on it. I think John Harbaugh has $4,000 to spend on Knicks tickets. I think he's going to be okay. I think he can get in. You know what's funny? The Knicks tickets, $500,000 courtside. Think about, John Harbaugh, $10 million a year to be the Giants head coach or whatever it is. That's 5% of his paycheck. A pretty healthy amount. Good math for me, too. Nice job. I still got it. Just for 3 hours of your life. Idiot of the day. Me. For not being grateful enough about the White House hosting a UFC fight on Trump's Bert, on the Rubio, here's Marco Rubio on the UFC fight and how I should probably be a little more excited for it.
The White House is the people's house. It belongs to the people of the United States. The American 250 celebration belongs to the people of the United States. And there are millions and millions of Americans from all walks of life that are not necessarily attuned to politics or the financial markets or anything else, but they love the sport. And every Saturday, we got a big event once a month. They're tuning in and they're watching and they hosted it. For them to be able to see this event with their White House in the background as part of our celebration as a country in our 250 years, I think is a gift to the American people. That's what Sunday is about. It's a gift to the American people. They're going to see their White House in their capital on their nation's birthday, celebrating with a historic event. We could have had a band, and we have great bands. We could have done a Shakespeare in the Park production. There are a lot of things we could have done with it, but this one will have people watching, probably over, 1 billion people all over the world.
It will have over 1 billion people watching?
All over the world.
Isn't the Super Bowl like 140 million?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Is this
Many
Sunday?
people
Is
are
it really?
saying-
Is it a couple days?
Many people are saying,
Is
wow,
this a couple
this is
days
going to be
from
the
now?
greatest event ever. It's the greatest event. 1 billion people, and it cost $60 million of my money, not yours. The fake woke news says it was your money. No, it's my money for 1 billion people.
People are gonna watch because they love me. And they love me because I am the greatest.
What are you two going on about? He wasn't even in the clip. It was Marco
Oh my
Rubio.
gosh, I forgot. That's our other dad, John Lund. Whenever our other dad has custody of us, John Lund, we do the Trump impressions. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
He gets us
Okay,
ice cream
sorry,
too.
Stepdad.
He takes us to Disneyland.
Sorry.
He's the cool
Sorry,
dad.
stepdad is fun. My bad. Idiot of the day. Those who hate Todd Frazier. He is one of my favorite baseball players in the 2010s. Hold on, don't Google this. How long did Todd Frazier... Give me a start point and an end point of Todd Frazier's career.
I couldn't tell you.
Neither
I would have said 2006 to 2018. I would have said 06 to 18. That sounded right in my brain. Not even close. Made his debut in 2011. Like him and Jackie Bradley Jr. are the same age. Todd Frazier's... No, that's not true. Him and Madison... How old's Madison Bumgarner?
Ooh. You're putting me on the spot for how old people are, and that's not my favorite game.
Yeah. I would have said 45. He's 36. He's 36. He's the same age as JBJ. Like Mike Trout and Mad Bum. Same age. It doesn't make sense. That's not good. I don't like that. Last night at the Banana Ball game, joined us in the broadcast booth. Todd, take it away.
The sport of banana ball, you've seen it at a couple levels. At the major league level, minor league level, too, in these ballparks. How does it differ? How does the magic of the sport translate to both a Cincinnati and now a Jersey Shore?
Yeah, I mean, Cincinnati, fan-friendly. They love you. If you don't do well, they still love you. It's absolutely fantastic. And that's part of banana baseball, too, as well. So They love you all the time. I try and get out there a half hour before every game, talk to the fans, throw baseballs, something that's sort of what they do. But it's magical out here. This is fantastic. Major League Baseball is a great sport, too, as well. But at the same time, this right here, the kids, they go home happy, excited.
Yeah.
I want to play more baseball if I'm a kid, for sure.
Half hour's a good amount of time. Drake has to get here about 2 hours early to get the perm.
I got to get the hair. It's the hair thing. Yeah.
Gotta get the hair. It's the hair thing.
Interject that one. Had to ensure that Todd Frazier was aware about the... was aware of the perm. So now Todd Frazier knows that I have a perm. Scary. Thanks to Todd Frazier for hanging out with us last night. Final idiot of the day is Rushy Rice. Yeah. Andy Reid, Nate Taylor tweets, Andy Reid on a Brashi Rice will be ready for starting training camp. I think he will be. He gets out of jail next week. We'll see where it goes. He'll be back up here and working. What a hilarious quote from a coach. He gets out of jail next week. He should be back in time. Thank you, Rashi Rice, for going to jail for 30 days. We'll see you here soon. When we come back, Jake Hassan joins the Drake Toll Show. Let's give the old whip around, huh? Kind of all sports here, but baseball, Hassan on site in Omaha for the College World Series that begins today. You can listen to a good portion of it on Westwood One Sports as well. Jake Hassan, when we come back, here are the best bets you need to know from college baseball to the MLB. This is the Drake Toll Show.
Somewhere here in between the city
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization and Locked On Big 12. We'll be with you tonight as the Loco Beach Coconuts and Party Animals square off up here. Jersey Shore, home of the Blue Crabs, the Blue Claw, Blue Crabs. Jersey Shore, the high A team. True TV, 6:30 Eastern time for an extended version of the Drake Toll Show. You can listen to the show in its entirety on the Drake Toll Show YouTube channel, Twitter, SiriusXM 375, or that Westwood One Sports app. Roy Lee running the board. Addie Bates produces. And look, man, the Stanley Cup Finals. One of the reasons that I love playoff hockey is because these atmospheres, and I would say hockey in general as a live product, I almost don't like the moniker. I'm part of the problem here. I'm part of the issue. Maybe I am the complete issue. Is playoff hockey, when it comes around, it's like, dude, we laud this product as the best thing. Oh, we love playoff hockey. Playoff hockey is so good. It's not that far of a cry from the regular season. Like, hockey atmospheres in general are just that good. And we love to get to the postseason and be like, oh, my gosh, nothing beats playoff hockey. The live product for regular season hockey is also incredible. I think the live product, even the TV product we've gotten these last couple of weeks in the NBA Finals, NHL, the Stanley Cup Finals, have been awesome. I do wish, it's my gripe, if you're listening and can fix this, please do, NBC does a great job. CBS does a great job of the Nat audio, the crowd mic, making you feel like you're there. Always feel like ESPN, ABC, even that Knicks game, the atmosphere fell flat on TV because they just don't turn up Nat volume. Like, I love when Gus Johnson is drowned out on Fox. I love when Mike Tirico, you can barely hear Mike Tirico on NBC because the moment's so big and you feel like you're there. That's the only problem with the TV product that I've seen in the finals for both the NBA and the NHL. Other than that, I think both live and on television, this has been 2 weeks of sport. And the New York Knicks are on the precipice of their first NBA Finals victory in over 50 years. The Carolina Hurricanes can grab their first Stanley Cup in 20 seasons, first since 2006 when Rob Brind'Amour, their head coach, was on the team. I want to take you back to last night. I want to take you back to the highlights last night and how we got here between the Carolina Hurricanes and the Golden Knights. And where we'll start is 7 minutes into the contest where, well, I told you, I've seen Dorofeev and Eichel, and I've watched this Vegas team live with my own two eyes this postseason in that Mammoth series, and I was incredibly impressed with their balance of both speed and physicality. I think John Tortorella has gotten that out of the guys. He was the right move to go to when Vegas fired their skipper with 2 weeks left of the regular season, and now Tortorella has led them to the Stanley Cup Finals, and last night he led them to a 1-0 lead here on ESPN. The Golden Knights go up.
Here's Eichel out in front. They score. Pavel Dorofeev, the goal, ending his long drought off a beautiful fart.
But this kid leads the Golden Knights in goals this regular season. He's got 10 in the playoffs. Now he's got 11. Look at the play by Eichel. He gets his
double digits for Dorofeev in the postseason. 1-0 Golden Knights. But, come on. Not a few minutes later. I saw a tweet that's pretty good. It said, Jordan Staal, there's some 9-year-old out there watching hockey for the first time that thinks Jordan Staal is the greatest player on planet Earth. 37-year-old Jordan Staal is the greatest player on planet Earth. The captain, the Canes captain. He now ties the game 12 minutes into the contest.
He has goals in 4 of the 6 games since he came back. 2 in this series. Down low, they score! And it's Jordan Staal again on the chip in to tie it at 1.
just your time. Stahl beats McNabb out of the corner. The shot pass from Ehlers. Heads up play from Ehlers. It goes off the pad of Carter Hart. 6 goals in this Stanley Cup final for the captain, Jordan Stahl. This place erupts as the captain has done it again, and we're back.
I mean, yeah, the 9-year-old watching hockey for the first time probably does think the guy that scored 6 goals through 5 games in this Stanley Cup Finals is the guy in the NHL. Jordan Stahl had tied the game at 1-1. And the way this series has gone, we've seen rallies, right? The Golden Knights and the Hurricanes, what I think's made this so great is even looking back at Game 1, 5-4, the final score in Game 1 is Carolina's up 2-1 at the end of the first. Carolina's up 2-0. They were up by multiple goals in that game. Vegas rallies back, wins it 5-4 late in the third period, holding on to secure a victory. Then in the very next contest, Vegas goes up by a score of 3-0. It was 2-0. Again, a multiple goal lead here. Just for an incredible third period to explode with 4 combined goals, Carolina 3 of those, to send it into OT where the Hurricanes would win it, tie the series at a game apiece. Just for Vegas to come right back and score 4 goals in the second period, go up 4-0 on Carolina in Las Vegas. Then Carolina score 4 goals in the third period to send it to OT, where Vegas won it 5-4. Just this comeback fashion. That's been the name of the game in this series. And down 1-0. Carolina tying at 1-1. I almost expected Vegas at that point to go on a run. Go up 2-1, 3-1, and then chaos to ensue from there. But no. Andrei Svechnikov had different plans. And Svech grabs a 2-1 lead for the Canes, and the crowd just goes nuts.
Despair. Systems pressures. Svechnikov scores! Andrei Svechnikov! A power play goal! And a 2-1 Carolina lead.
Do you think this feels good for Andrei Svechnikov? A playoff struggle, a quick release through the stick of Colton Sissons, and as it goes through the legs of Lauzon, Carter Hart won't pick it up. Svechnikov moments earlier and whiffed on that one-timer. Not here. What I liked about this, he was going to shoot that puck. You could see from the moment.
Carter Hart's not had a very good Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, Freddie Anderson, the goaltender for the Carolina Hurricanes, was the guy, the dude. It's like Freddie Anderson's going to be like, hey, buckle up. This veteran is going to help you out. Has been removed from his position, has been replaced this postseason, and for a good reason. Brandon Bussey has emerged as the goaltender for the Hurricanes here in the Stanley Cup Final because Anderson struggled so much. Great first 3 rounds, but in the words of Rob Brindamore and company, Freddie Anderson, the vet, has kind of lost some steam, allowed 12 goals on 65 shots over the first 3 games, and man, after that pivotal Game 3, moving to a different option with Bussey, who stopped all 18 shots he faced in relief of Freddie Anderson. Let's just give Anderson a break. Hart, man. The goaltender for Vegas. Oh, no break. All just pummeling. And Sebastian Aho said, let me late in the second period add to that. Off the skate, into the net. It's now 3-1 Carolina. Again, crowd goes nuts.
Check won the puck. Missed Svechnikov. Walker down low, and they score! Sebastian Aho, the goal. Canes, and they lead 3-1.
A complete reversal from most of this series. It's the Canes who dominate the second period. What a forecheck from Martinook. And as his pass misses Svechnikov, Sean Walker, who's been tremendous in this series. That puck is a one-timer onto the stick of Aho. Look at him take it off his feet. Touched it beautifully. And then straight up over Carter Hart.
Straight up over Carter Hart. Take that. That dude just a pummeling, a beating in the Stanley Cup final. Now, who else would it be? It's 3-1. Carolina leads, and this is the spot where in this series, Vegas, the opposing team, whoever's down, does something miraculous. Stuns the world. We go to overtime. We have a photo finish. But Svechnikov said, nah, man. I'm good. Ehlers to Svechnikov, and Carolina goes up 4-1. This is the dagger.
Drop back and takes off with the puck. Aho. It comes back. Ehlers, beautiful pass, and they score! Another power play goal for Svechnikov.
The first goal of the game, Nick Ehlers shot the puck out of the rink, and Vegas scored. Since then, Ehlers has 3 assists. Look at this beauty. The vision, the presence to know where Svechnikov is. And Svechnikov presents his stick for the easy pass, and he dunks this behind Carter Hart. This Carolina power play has 6 goals in the last 4 games. Mitch Marner can only shake his.
And there it is. 4-1 was not the final score. Vegas would net a goal late, but it was too little, too late. 4-2, the final. And I want to remove you from Sean McDonough and ESPN because, again, it's kind of an example of ABC and ESPN doing a bad job. They do a bad job of making you feel like you're in the arena. Even as loud as that was, it's just not. It's not what the true atmosphere is. It's not what it feels like. And Sportsnet, Canada, they always do a great job of making you feel like you are there, like you are on the ice, like you're in the Lenovo Center in Raleigh, North Carolina. And here is the final call. It is now a 3-2 lead for the Hurricanes as heard on Sportsnet.
Up ahead for Marner, knocked off his stick. Jack Eichel's got it. Just 30 seconds left now. In it goes. Stone battles for it. Puck loose. Chatfield after it. Along the boards. They can't clear and now do. Steered away by Travis. Time running right. And the Lenovo Center fans will tell you how this is going to end. From the Stanley Cup, Brandon Butsy and the Carolina Hurricanes take Game 5.
That's why we love hockey, dog. That is why we love hockey. The last thing that I'll give you from this, from the Carolina Hurricanes standpoint, is Svechnikov post-game. He's on the ice talking to ESPN and on his team stepping up, on Bussy stepping up, on the moment, on the atmosphere, on all of it. Here is Svechnikov after the win.
It was raised up, to be honest. Just hard work, and God will see everything.
2 goals for you tonight. How much pressure were you putting on yourself as the top guy in this team to produce?
Yeah, quite decent pressure, to be honest, this playoff. But just a new day was today, and thank God we won, and like I said, we got one more in us.
So you build up a pretty big lead here, but at the end, they have a power play. What's going through your mind as you're watching your teammates and Brandon Bussey back there?
Yeah, we're just, to be honest, praying. We need a good defense here and block some shots, and key water block. Great game, and Bussey was a hell of a game tonight.
Describe what it's like watching Bussey come in and play like this.
Yeah, the crowd loves Bussey, right, guys? Love you too, guys. You guys the best.
He said, to be honest, just praying. I love it. It's great. 3-2 lead, but don't count out the Las Vegas Golden Knights. According to their head coach, John Tortorella, he made a promise at the podium. Here is Tortorella postgame.
John, in a spot like this, what do you want your team to draw on as you look ahead and move forward?
We're just going to get ready for our next game. We'll be back here. We're just going to do it in a different order. We're going to find a way. I'm going to leave my clothes here, that's for sure. They'll be in the hotel.
He's going to leave his clothes in Raleigh. We're going to go back to Vegas. We're going to win a game. We're going to come back to Raleigh for a Game 7. My clothes will be sitting here in the hotel. He promises a Game 7. When we come back, let's give you the top 3 moments of the week on the Drake Toll Show. And oh my goodness, the College World Series starts today. The World Cup, the United States playing Paraguay this afternoon. Make it this evening. It is Canada who will play Bosnia and Herzegovina this afternoon. And what else do you want, man? It's another beautiful day in sports. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
The Knicks are
insurance with our flying. FDA, big bank is buying. Fake computer crashes, dying. Cloning, well, they're multiplying. Fashion shoes with Beckett Hansen, Courtney Love, and Marilyn Manson. You're all baked, run to your mansions. Come around, we'll kick your ass in.
I got a sweet little body and she's rolling in the caddy with me.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization and Locked On Big 12. I don't understand how they can have a hotel room here in Lakewood, New Jersey with no coffee machine, no tea machine, but it's the day that we have. It's what we're up against. And the weather is a mindset, you know? Nasty weather, nasty Cougars. We have been set with this adversity to overcome. And when you and I talk again on Monday, we will know things that we do not know today. We may know the Stanley Cup Finals winner. We may know the NBA Finals winner. We will know who wins today between the United States and Paraguay. We will know how the bracket is shaking out in the College World Series. Troy and West Virginia playing at 2 p.m. today. The Mountaineers as the home team. Ole Miss takes on North Carolina. Oklahoma will play Alabama tomorrow. Texas and Georgia in the marquee matchup of the weekend at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. You're in for a treat. Tonight, if you want the extended version of the Drake Toll Show, little banana ball. The Loco Beach Coconuts and the Party Animals. They were tied 3-3. Bottom of the ninth last night when this happened.
Carson's in a 1-1 count. There's one away. Dual threat, Brett! Ripped into right! It's back! And gone! Walk-off home run! Brett Carson! The Coconuts win it! On a day Brett Carson took the mound and pitched 2-point earning innings. He hits the walk-off home run. You don't get the nickname Dual Threat Brett without doing them both.
It was awesome. That was the first homer of my banana ball career. It felt awesome. Couldn't come at a better time. How about these boys? Shout out to Marksy. I was a little leaky, and he was like, hey, stay back a little bit. And that's what we did. Mama, I love you. I know you're watching at home. I love you.
We love you, Mama. Aww. We love you, Mama. We love you, Mama.
You heard he shouted out Marksy. Put a pin in that for a second. Tonight, 6:30 Eastern time on True TV, TNT Sports. A little more banana ball. I'll be with you on the call. And Marksy is Anthony Marks, 2016 College World Series champion. Marks led the way for Coastal Carolina. They were a 3 seed in their regional at NC State, fought all the way through to win the College World Series. That Anthony Marks, a legend of the CWS, and those 3 letters begin today. What more could you want? I'd really hope the Spurs win. I know I keep the fandom out of it, but I'd love to see this go 6 or 7. Even if the Knicks pull it off, I'd love to see this series go 6 games, 7 games. We will get a game 6 confirmed, guaranteed. We already knew that in the Stanley Cup Finals in Vegas in a couple of days. And this weekend, World Cup, all of it is sure to be a blast. It is time today to celebrate our week. Let's take a look back. We had a credit to Curtis Poindexter, who was with us for half the week, Roy Lee with us for half the week, John Lund for half the week, Addie Bates in there. I am Drake Toll of the Drake Toll Show. And despite all of that, we have covered the biggest stories from Brendan Sorsby on in college and pro sports throughout these 7 days. Let's give you the best of and start it with the number 3 moment of the week on the Drake Toll Show. And this is, me, the Drake Toll host of the Drake Toll Show, on the Knicks being that much closer to a championship. This was colossal. Now, on the flip side of that coin, if you're a New York Knicks fan, you didn't sleep. You're still awake. You're going to ride this high for possibly the rest of your life. You waited 27 years for the Knicks to make the finals. You've waited 50 years for the Knicks to win another NBA Finals. There are men, women, children who have come and gone, born, lived, died, since the last time the New York Knicks won an NBA Finals. They play at Madison Square Garden. They're New York's team. And you know what they haven't done? Win at the highest level in the NBA. Win at the highest level in the NBA consistently, or win at the highest level of the NBA at all. And now you're on the cusp, the precipice of glory. Yeah. That's how it felt to wake up the day after the Knicks had rallied from down 29 points to beat the San Antonio Spurs. That you, a Knicks fan, could pinch yourself, touch yourself. You're real, you're sentient. And the Knicks have a 3-1 lead over the San Antonio Spurs. That name I mentioned just a second ago, Brendan Sorsby, the kid who bet on his own college football team. Should he play again in college? Could the Big 12 and its member institutions boycott playing Texas Tech just because they're going to allow Sorsby on the football field? Well, from Red Raider Sports and the host of Locked On Texas Tech, here is the expert, Chris Level.
Well, you know as well as I do that the Big 12 ADs can say whatever they want. They're playing Texas Tech. I mean, the economics, would suggest that no school, including Texas Tech, can afford to go, you know what, we're gonna stick our nose in the air and not play these folks because the media rights holders are going to go, you're doing what? We're paying you. Yeah. I mean, it's just a content-driven. I mean, so that sounds good in theory. And then obviously it was Kansas State's athletic director that was outspoken yesterday, and they're not on your schedule this year. But I mean, I guess I pointed out, I guess he was okay when the issues were going on with Kansas and Adidas, and there were suspensions levied there for improper payments to players and the way you're getting players. But he was okay with that. But this is the moral compass that we're going to land on here. So that's what I'm saying. And again, I'm not suggesting that Brendan Sorsby was right or that Texas Tech is right. I'm just saying it's convenient.
Chris Level hit the nail on the head. We've made this convenient. Isn't it odd that all these other stories, from drunk driving and sexual assault to Kansas and paying players via Adidas, we don't boycott those teams. We don't boycott those schools. But Brendan Sorsby gambles, and you best bet we're boycotting that guy. That's the number 2 moment of the week on the Drake Toll Show this week from Chris Level of Locked On Texas Tech. And finally, a pure reaction from a New York Knicks, not just a guy who covers the Knicks for Locked On Knicks, but a New York Knicks fan, a lifelong New York Knicks fan. The number 1 moment of the week on the Drake Toll Show, Chris Sachi's initial reaction.
What an unbelievable night from Manhattan itself, like you said. I'm going to just kind of bring you through exactly what was going on. My friends and I were trying to watch at the Celtic Rail Bar, right outside the Garden. We're inside a security zone. We have to sweet talk our way in. I'm so fired up that I called WFAN, and they're talking about it with me, Craig Carton, and C-Mac. As you can hear, I think listeners of your show who've heard me a couple times before know that my voice is not 100% because we were hooting and hollering throughout the streets of Manhattan when it was all said and done. I mean, this Knicks team was down 29 points. No team has ever been able to overcome a deficit that large in an NBA playoff game and come back, much less an NBA Finals game and come back to go up 3-1 when all the world, Wembanyama's absolutely looking like he's in Mitchell Robinson's head, talking smack, and this Knicks team never gives up. The second playoff comeback they've had this year of 22-plus points. And they were down 29. I mean, it was unbelievable. There's so much to get into, Drake. But I gave you the beginning. I gave you how the craziness of how we got in there. And then the streets of New York were abuzz with just the most joy and love and positivity for most of the fans out there. And it's a feeling unlike I've ever felt before in my life. And that's someone who's been rooting for the Knicks through lots of ups and downs. And I saw people in Bernard King jerseys and Clyde Frazier jerseys who are, on the older side, also amongst a lot of the craziness as well. So that just goes to show you how amazing this was. One of the best comebacks in sports history, in sports history, not just basketball.
Chris Sachi was in the middle of the fray in Manhattan, hanging out with thousands of New York Knicks fans who have waited for this moment. 27 years they've waited for an NBA Finals appearance. 50-plus years they've waited for a ring. They could pick one up tomorrow night in San Antonio against those Spurs. What a week it was. What a weekend it's going to be. When we come back Monday, we might know a whole lot more. We might have 2 new champions atop professional sports. In the meantime, You Better You Bet. It's coming up with Nick Costos. Thanks to Ryan McGuire, Armin Williams, Bruce Gilbert, Colin Jones for giving me a job, to Addie Bates, Curtis Poindexter, to Roy Lee joining us this week as well. This has been, it always will be, Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, the Drake Toll Show.
This is